All right, I got that working finally. All right. So, if anybody shows up, this is going to be a devlog. Basically, been building a game called Night Jackal Blood Debt in easy FPS editor. It's been a wild few months. Well, I started back in December, and I had a lot of shit going on, and then I moved to Austin, Texas from Los Angeles, and had my second child in January. So I've been very busy. So hopefully all this sounds okay. I don't know what the desktop audio sounds like. I just got everything set up. I'm not even properly set up in my office. Everything's on the floor. I got cords everywhere, books on the ground, and I've been just spending my time taking care of the children, trying to get them into schools. What is going on? I think there's somebody just pulled up and looked at my house for some reason, and I don't know why. It's weird. People walk through the yard here too. They take their dogs right through your yard, and it goes right by your window, and it's really kind of disconcerting. You think I'd come from a bigger city to this one, and I'd be used to that, but I'm not. Anyway, been working on this game with DOSMan Games publishing. I probably should have recorded this video. I don't know how YouTube streams work. Once they stream, do they come back? People can watch them. I don't know. So we're gonna find out. It's the first time doing this. I have a few notes from my publisher. I've been working on the game, and we're pretty far along. I'm gonna play it a little bit and make some updates. Had a few notes. Going to get into those here in a little bit. But let me just describe what EFPSE is. I normally wouldn't work in an engine like this because it's not released by a company that has a brick and mortar kind of thing. It was put together by someone who was just putting it together just to have something that people can make easy games out of, and then a whole community was born around it. And it's kind of cool to see so many people come out of the woodwork and latch onto this engine and make some really kind of fun games. And it's a very limited engine, so you spend a lot of time trying to make it look cooler and react cooler than it actually is. But let me just check here. Nothing's going on there. That's good. Let me get into the engine here. I don't even want to see myself. I don't want to see the camera facing me. I don't even have the camera working. Hold on a second. Why is my camera on the wrong one? Let's see. Let us switch. It looks exactly the same. Doesn't it? Did it look like I did anything? Let's see. It looks exactly the same. Oh. Why did it? Because it is exactly the same. We're having so many technical issues, and largely because, yeah, there you go. All right, so I'm going to leave this window up. So now I have, oh my God, are you kidding me? It's struggling. This has to be up. Yeah, yeah, so you're getting this one, and that's ridiculous. Let's see if I can't change that. Yeah, you think that, I go live and I'd have all this figured out. Well, I don't see where to do it, so to hell with that camera. I don't know what the policy is on streaming. There's nothing really super inappropriate in the game. It's just a lot of blood. There's some curse words. I curse. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I don't know if it's going to be a TOS violation for YouTube or Twitch. We shall see. What else do we have here? It's my first one, so I'm floundering through this. Let me do the properties of this one. Oh, there we go. And oh, that's nice. Lost my webcam. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna have to go with the integrated webcam, so because I'm not gonna stop this, so I'm going to turn off the camera app. I'm going to lose that camera. We're just going to go with the one that's on the laptop. And that should be fine. I'll figure this out for next time. It's absolutely ridiculous that it is not working. Hey, did that work? Hey! All right. I can't even tell a difference. Is it better quality? I don't think so. And does it have all these, like... configure video. Oh yeah. Oh my god, that's just crazy. It's not good. Go back to default. Saturation up. Yeah, make sure I have a nice red face. White balance. That does nothing. Let's go back to default. I mean, the saturation could be up just a hair. I mean, that's pretty bad, especially when you got this big white background behind me. Backlight, comp, camera control, focus. I mean, anyway, I don't know. Don't. Okay, I'm just gonna hit that. Apply. Who cares? Boost the saturation a little bit. Configure crossbar. I don't need all that. All right, here we are. Yeah, so if there's anything in the sound that's not good, we can, if anybody shows up, nobody's here right now, which is good. That's good because I'm not like doing the best job with this. So I want to get into some of the notes, and I got to make some updates. But basically, it's a pretty easy process to work in EFPSE. If you just want to get a game going, they have these tiles, and you can see I have tons of tiles here that I've imported. You got floor tiles, wall tiles. You're going to be using a lot more wall tiles than you will floor tiles, and mostly because floor tiles get a little janky. You put them on the ground, and they they work fine there on the ground. But once you start going up levels, and you can go up floors, just make sure stream's still working. Yeah, you can go up floors like this. Just kind of tab up, and as you can see, I've got things that are higher up, and these only take walls. If you do floors, you can make a ceiling, but you can't stand on those floors anyway. It's convoluted, I know, but you have all these maps. And I have like a globals map that just basically runs the global variables that I have running in the game. I have my pregame, which is the menu. It's going to show you title and, menu and that sort of thing. And let me just start it up, and maybe that'll make it easier for you to kind of see it. So this is the game. This is the menu. And if I hit new game, it's going to take me through the maps. And this is what I was talking about. This is the menu. So I've got my title, I've got the keyboard information. You come over here to start. There's a stream safe switch that just has profanity and violence. You turn it to not safe for work. This is the recommended one. This is how it was built with nudity, but you can't do that on like Twitch or YouTube. So it's too hot for Twitch. This is your trophy room. When you first start off, it's completely empty, and these are all the things that you can find. This is DOSMan, which is the publisher's mascot, DOSMan Games. And you can find all the different comics that we have hidden and things like that. And then when you get far enough, you'll be able to unlock this door and be able to see what's on the inside of that, but we're not going to do that right now because I like to tease. But anyway, if you start the game, It takes you through these different maps, and as you can see, I've got a bunch of them. Here's one it's part of the story. It's an IP that I have. It's Night Jackal, and let me just check this audio real quick. Yeah, seems fine. But Night Jackal's an IP that I created a while back. It's like a comic book character. And I created him for a video game that's currently on Steam. It was like a pseudo 3D racer, kind of like Outrun, but also giving you missiles and machine guns, things like that to shoot these guys. It was kind of like Spy Hunter meets Outrun. I was very impressed and very happy with that game. I didn't do any marketing, so it did okay. I mean, got out there, people saw it. Publisher saw it, liked it, said, hey, why don't you make a first-person shooter of this? And at first I was like, I don't know, does that sound like where Night Jackal should go? And I was like, why not? Night Jackal's really a character that I just kind of go and have fun with. I don't, I'm not precious about him. I'm just like, he's got some lore. He's basically a satire of, he's a mixture of a couple different characters, like the billionaire playboys, the rich, superheroes like Booster Gold or Batman. And it was always this thing where if you have like a billionaire son who is raised as this privileged son, and he's got like, he's incredibly rich, and he goes to boarding schools and has tutors, and he grows up in isolation, and then suddenly he gets this moral compass to go out and start fighting crime, and just because his parents got killed. I don't really buy that. And what also always bothered me about Batman, he's definitely not one of my favorite characters, was that he has the ability to go into people's houses and, offices and things like that. You always see him in the comics or the cartoons back in the day where he would hide in the shadows, and like Commissioner Gordon would walk in, or somebody would, and he would just be standing there and scare the shit out of him. I mean, he could have just cleared his throat, but no, he had to be in the shadows and scare the hell out of him. And I don't know, that always bugged the shit out of me. It really did. So because I just don't feel like somebody with that kind of power, and especially when you turn around and they're gone, is going to just be have such a perfect moral compass. I mean, the guy can just sneak in and out of people's homes undetected. Nobody knows who he is. He can get away with anything, but yet he's got this. He's such a moral good. I just don't think that's how people are. So the idea of Night Jackal was, what if you had this guy who was kind of a shitty person? I mean, he's not completely shitty. He's not so bad, but he is kind of an amoral person, I think, to some degree. I mean, not necessarily trying to be bad, but he's guided by his emotions and his self-interest, and that's exactly how I think characters like Batman and all these superheroes that had the ability to have these powers or be superheroes and grow up so detached with affluenza, I think that they would just be absolutely monsters of human beings. And so I was like, wouldn't it be fun to have a character that kind of goes in that direction? I don't take them too far, because you still have to play as them. You still have to side with them to some degree. So I don't want to make him... Is this too loud? I want to make sure I'm not clipping. Let me turn this down a little bit. So you have to side with them a little bit. I feel like you can't just have a character that is just completely a monster. I don't think anybody would want to keep up with that guy. So you give him problems. And the biggest lore behind this is that this map here is his manor. It's this big, massive, like, manor that he lives in, just like kind of a Bruce Wayne type thing. And at one night, it gets attacked by his arch nemesis, so he thinks. And, and they kill his fiance. And, of course, his number one guy that's there is his butler, kind of like the Alfred character from Batman, of course. But this guy has his own story. He's Cambodian. He's part of the Khmer Rouge. He's a perfect contrast of sort of the big industrialist capitalist that is the family of Night Jackal versus where he came from with the Khmer Rouge. Anyway, it's a lot of talk. But this is the mansion, and it's a long level. And the biggest note I got was that we had to put saves in, so we're working on that. Then you go, of course, it's not an FPS if you don't have a sewer level. Apparently, I didn't know that was a thing. It's a kind of a meme that people put sewer levels in. But we have that. And then we have something kind of interesting happen here, which we can get into a little bit later. The story gets pretty involved. We do go back to the sewers, so I had to really change those up because I didn't know people didn't like sewers and FPSs. But I was very excited to put a sewer level in because I thought it'd be cool to have a superhero fighting in the sewers. But I guess I'm not the only one who thought that as a game developer. Let's see. You finally do make it to his hideout, and this is kind of a cool little level. It's just a lot of cool little pieces and models. You come in here because this is basically as you flee the manor as it's being attacked, and you regroup with Sang, which is your butler. Anyway, don't want to get too much into it. It gets really boring fast if I try to over-explain this whole thing. But these are all the maps, as you can see, that I've been working on. This one's a fucking bitch to work on. It's a nightmare. It's a tough one. But anyway, this is it. I'm going to get into doing some dev here in a second. I need to go get some water. Let me just check. See how we're doing on the stream. Make sure it didn't kick me off. Seems like we're doing okay. And I'm going to get some water, and then I'm going to come back. And I can't tell if... no, it seems to be working. Okay, great. Looks like the stream's working. Good. Again, this is my first time doing this this way. So I'm using OBS, and then I'm going through Restream so I can stream through YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So we're just gonna get some water, and I'll be right back. And here you go. Alright, there we are. I think best thing is let me just play a little bit of this. Let me go full screen on the game. And let's just see how this looks. Alright, is this... Seems pretty good, right? Audio seems like it's pretty good. Okay. Alright, so this is the game. I'm gonna just play through a little bit so you guys get an idea of what I'm working on. Alright. So like I said, this is the pre-game. This is just your menu. And we just start. Your butler, Lawrence Sang, has served your family faithfully since your father rescued him from the Khmer Rouge. Tonight, his voice trembles as he summons you to the Great Hall. Something is wrong. Okay. And this is basically what it looks like. As you can see, it's very blocky, but that's how you build everything. You build everything with these big blocks, these big 64 by 64 grid. You can make larger assets. You can go bigger than 64. I don't think there's a limit. Maybe there is a limit, I'm sure, but I haven't found it. And so these are all 64 by 64 blocks, 64 pixels. You can see there's all these 2D sprites like this fireplace. Of course, you can burn yourself if you go in it. This is saying, this is the room, there's like these hidden secrets I put everywhere, like this. This is the comic book. I forget how many there are total, but there's 3 comics total. So, and there's multiple covers, variants and whatever. But this is like the default original cover. And that's the theme music from the original game. Okay, let's go over here. Ignore the 60 and 59 at the top left. That's just frames per second. I have it capped at 60. I don't know why it's doing 47 there, but whatever. Probably because I'm streaming. So then you have a conversation with Sang here. I'm not going to go through all that. But there's basically an attack on the manor. Go get your suit on. Alright, and then you talk to him. He wants you to go check in on Arlene. He's going to go check in on the alarms. And he tells you where she's at. It's on the west wing. And this is the atrium. I mean, I don't know. I have a lot of fun just kind of putting this stuff together and, like, building all this out. I mean, it's very zen. Yeah. And it's not a bad engine. I mean, it looks really good. I mean, when I say it's not a bad engine, it's a great engine. In fact, the movement on it is really... They use the Quake engine, I believe. I'm pretty sure that they do. So it is quite good movement, and it feels really nice. And that's why everybody likes it, because it just feels nice. It has a good feeling when you're playing. As you can see, I got these very chunky, pixelated fists in front of me. That is an art style that we chose. I'm thinking about adding the ability to break these vases. Probably should do that. All right. So then there's like a conversation with Sang. He's telling you you have a flashlight that you can use. You just hit the toggle F. As you can see, there's little eyeballs that you can see in your visor. There you go. So if you want to be able to see a little bit better, you can do like that. It's big. See what I mean? Like, the Quake engine works so well. It's just, I forget what they did. They had some special algorithm that worked really well. And they give you a chance to explore. You'll come over here and notice these tiles on the ground, and you'll learn later they go to a grappling hook, so you can get up high. So they try these doors locked. That was weird. Oh, I guess it was fine. Thought I had a culling issue. That's storage. It's locked. So I was worried there for a second. I was like, is this the one with nudity? Because she is, it's in the comic. She's nude on the bed. So, but we had to put a dress on her here. So, you know, got to make it comic accurate. But at the same time, you got to make it cool for people to stream. All right. So anyway, your fiance's murdered. That's basically what Jackal looks like there. And he's telling you to go get your grappling hook from storage. And there's a special little way you could go through storage, and you're not going to be able to get where you need to get. There's a special way through over here, and you're not going to figure that out unless you try to leave. Really, it says I need my grappling hook. Should still be in storage, and remember way through the bathroom vent. Now you'll eventually figure it out, but a lot of people are just going to go through storage and wondering, like, how the hell did I get this grappling gun? And so you have to come in here. And here's the bathroom. There's a fun little thing about this. They have these things called custom modifiers, where basically you can build these little 3D models. They don't look too bad. Work pretty good for this. So anyway, we go up here into the duct. Take this guy out. Get my batarangs, basically. It's not batarangs. But they're called Fang Blades. There you go. Okay. It's dark. So then you get my grappling gun, and it's explaining you use use the grappling gun when you're on one of those tiles. It doesn't work as a weapon, so you will not be able to hit anybody with it. It's not a weapon. Anyway, you get the idea. Let's go over here. Oh, what was that? What? Stand on your head and punch you. Alright. Go up. That's the grappling gun. It's pretty cool. This is not a mechanic that works. It doesn't work in the EFPSE. It's not like a default. So you have to build this out. And it does have a scripting language. It's very bare bones. But it does work. It's very simple. It's very syntax specific. The parser doesn't have a lot of leeway. It's not like JavaScript where you can have like a lot of leeway. This is there's like one way to code things, and if you put a space in the wrong way, it'll stop working, and sometimes it can crash. But I kind of like this mechanic. Just sort of shoot, tells you to face up. Just takes you up like that. So anyway, it took me a while to build that out. I like it. It's really simple. You probably would play it and just think, oh, this could be done in Unity in the afternoon. Yes, it could. But, this is not Unity. Alright, so they're knocking my ass back. Let's bring in my... Alright, so he tells you he's going to leave something for you in the big Great Hall where you were just at. There's some bad guys and you probably can't see them. Okay.
You found me.
And there's the DOSMan. He goes, "You found me." It's one of the secrets. Where are the guys? Who's gonna fight me? Yeah, I can take these guys out up here. I mean, they're all 2D sprites, which is kind of fun. They're all like the Doom style. I don't know. I love it. I do love it. What you doing, buddy? What you doing? Where you going? I'm just gonna jump over these guys, see how this works. Ah, I'm gonna die. Fish in a barrel, baby. Fish in a barrel. So, yeah. The other guy around here still? No. Let's do it. And this is the silent shotgun. Works really well. Really, really well. I love this weapon. It actually is a pretty good weapon. As you get further along, it doesn't quite have the punch it does now. I tried to make things pretty balanced. As you can see, I'm on one of those tiles. But you're just, right now this is a strong weapon. And you're going to be using this mostly until you get your next weapon. Alright, so he tells you he's got a lockpick for you, the hidden atrium, which is over here. Whoa! Where the hell did you come from? There's a guy I missed. Alright, that. These are new guys that are introduced. the blood. Right. Yeah, I'm not getting into the story. I don't think this is important. I'm more working on this just as a devlog right now. To kind of see what I've been working on. And what are you doing in here? Get out of the swimming pool. Stick these guys out. That should be everybody. I also built this other mechanic out that was kind of a pain in the butt to do in EFPSE. You can kind of see the glow from the pool. That's kind of cool, right? But you can go underwater, and it's got a little breathing mechanism. Of course, you run out of oxygen, you die. And I can tell you right now, Night Jackal does not have Olympian levels of lungs. Let's see. Let me just do something here. Sweet. All right. All right, so basically what you're looking for now is you've got to find a way into that room that was locked that we passed. And of course, I know this level, so it is that lockpick that gets you through. So we're just going to do that. Oops. That's one thing. So there's a level that happens later on. All right, so let me explain this. So the Quake engine, what I've noticed, is so good with platforming. Like, look at this. You're just running over this hole, and it's not doing these weird sort of buggy things. And there's tons of videos. I don't know if there's tons, but there's definitely videos on YouTube that explains a little bit more about like the genius behind the Quake engine's like algorithm. I forget exactly what it is, but it's definitely worth watching to know, and then forget about, just like I did. But you can walk over these and you don't fall. That's kind of, now you might say, well, that doesn't seem like a good user experience, but it actually is kind of cool. Because when you're fighting and you're shooting and all that, you don't want to just like walk a little bit too far over while you're moving and your momentum not be taken into consideration. Now this poses a problem when you have a section that you want people to actually be able to go down into, and like this one is not so bad, but I have another one that it looks like debris has fallen, and it is hard to kind of get them to go down because there's little pieces of debris that's inside this hole. So for that one, I had to write a script that basically just pulled you straight down into it. The second you try to go over it, it would just suck you right down, which is kind of like a good little trick. There's nothing back here, I forgot. So it's something where you have to code things to get around it. Oh, I got a message here. Oh shit, Ozzy Osbourne died. Dang. I can't believe it, Ozzy Osbourne died. Young people are like, who? Damn, that's crazy. Alright, we have to find the service tunnels. They do seem like they're harder to kill. That's something my publisher mentioned. is some health over here, so I'm just gonna go get it. And a secret. It's one of the comics. Oh, shit. Don't walk into the fan. Don't walk into the fan, guys. You will be hurt. Alright, so here we are. Like this thing, there's, you walk in there, you will get chopped up. I mean, it just hurts you. And I forget, and I get hurt. Alright, so now, let's get the... I used to have lower distance on these things. Like the range on the shotgun was like 0.3 range, but it turned out that the minimum range is that you can set is 1 in this engine, which is something I reported as a bug because that's too long for a shotgun. Like I shouldn't be shooting that guy that far away, or that far is fine. But the range of 1, and I don't know how many units that is in video game speak for this, but it's pretty far. And of course, once you figure out how this works, you know, you can get lost in this one because it's just so much, like, there's so many places to go. Like around here, and there's a whole section where there's all these barrels and storage, but you really only need to find that. You just need to find that lockpick and come back. There's a door that's locked that you need to unlock. So I'm kind of giving you the high-level, quick rundown of this. Show you that there are ways to kind of beat it much faster. And these are my long-range weapons, and these guys easier to take out with this shotgun. It's not even a very powerful shotgun, but it works. And here I am. I have 2 bullets left. And here's something I coded in. If you watch the... And this was a pain in the ass to code in. So basically what I wanted to happen is just this effect as you go up these service tunnels to get up to the top. And this is when you're on your way to the sewer because you're trying to get to your hideout. And as you go up them, I wanted the light to increase. And because the moonlight is coming in. There's a little bit of a color shift pop that happens here in a second, you'll see. Or maybe it already happened. There it is. You saw it, right? You turned a little bluer. So, you know, when that happens, I'm just going to be over people's shoulders that have bought the game and playing it, and I'll just cough like like that so they don't notice it. But it starts raising the light levels as you go up here. And so he's just basically, hey, I'm in the hideout. Come find me. And you see it starts getting lighter and lighter and lighter. It's because it's the moonlight has lighting in on the outside. Isn't that cool? All right, and then you go down into the sewer. And these are the sewers. And of course, all this stuff is, you know, 64 by 64 blocks. So let's get definitely some ammo. So each one of these, this is 1, 2, 3 different blocks that have to match up. And you can do animated blocks, kind of like making animated GIFs. Let's get the secret here. And I can't believe Ozzy Osbourne died. That's crazy. And Theo from the Cosby Show died. I know everywhere takes the magic out, right? I'm just gonna play up to the one big robot guy. And then I'm going to get to some of the notes. We're going to work on this a little bit. Little rat. Of course, I know where everything is at. This guy, he deflects all of your... So you can't... He blocks everything. So you either have to avoid him, which I don't recommend, or use this. That incapacitates him long enough so you can use another weapon to harm him. So it's just like one of the things you have to figure out. But you know what's funny? You put this kind of stuff in here, and then people complain about it. I've had complaints about it, and I'm like, what are you complaining about? It's like it's a different mechanic. Isn't that kind of cool? Anyway, I think it's cool. And his head pops off, you can shoot it. There's this little thing, if you run over it, eat it. If you have damage, it'll give you a lot of health. So that's another reason why shooting these guys is important. Let's get some more of that. Don't need that. And here is a new weapon. This is our two-fisted gun. So one of the issues that people are saying is that there's not enough, you're not getting enough feedback, recoil. So we're gonna have to update that because it's something I just constantly get feedback on. That and there's another weapon, you don't get enough feedback. All right, I think that's enough for this. Well, is anything cool coming up? Yeah, but it's fine. We don't need to. Let's go back to PC Stream. All right, perfect. I can't believe Ozzy Osbourne died. That's crazy. It's nuts. I don't know. My friends are talking about a bunch of nonsense. Theo died. Ozzy Osbourne died. You know what I love about Austin, Texas, since we moved here, is that everybody works out. Like I have some windows. I set up my office here in this room. We got a 4-bedroom house. We just moved from a 2-bedroom apartment that we've been in for 15 years. And, you know, we had 2 kids. So there's 4 of us in the house or the apartment. And so we had to move somewhere. We had to do something. So we decided to leave LA because it's so expensive. We're not going to be able to buy a house. And so we came out here to Austin and rented a house until, you know, we could start looking to buy one in the coming months. But it's a 4-bedroom. 2 bedrooms, obviously for our kids, 1 bedroom for us, and then this one's the office. And it's just, I can shut the door. I got 2 windows facing out here. I can see the life outside. And there's all these people, just like kids running by on skateboards. There's some fine ladies out there. Some beautiful babes. No, I'm just kidding. There are a lot of people. They work out a lot here, which, you know. Hey, DOSMan Games. How you doing, man? I'm just sitting here blathering, kind of working on this, just, I don't know, kind of explaining the game. I don't think anybody has popped in. Maybe they have. But I haven't really been monitoring the chat. Anyway, man, how you doing? You're doing well. That's the publisher of the game. You want to see, I'm using your old logo because I made this graphic a while back, but here, let me show you. Pretty cool, right? That's my Be Right Back screen. So anyway, I am addressing some of the notes. Let's see. Yeah, so feedback on these. Let's play around with some of these weapons and see. Let's look at some of this feedback. Okay. All right. So, all right, so it's this one. So we put that there, and then this one. These are the ones that have the least amount of recoil. So. It is a great tune. No. There's no reason to post on social. I'm just goofing off right now. This is my first getting into the stream, so there's a couple technical mistakes and all that. It's cool. I'm gonna try to continue doing these for a little bit more and see where we land. But today's just the trial run. I'm gonna try to get back into it tomorrow. But I have a lot of things to do in terms of. We have one final level left with the big final boss, and so that I probably won't do on stream because that'd be kind of boring to watch me draw a bunch of assets. But anyway, so let's look at this and look at the recoil and see if we can't fix this. How's the sound, by the way? Is it sound okay? Let me see. Yeah, that's not much. I swear it's switching over to the new alpha. Is there any when you're ready for it? Oh yeah, for sure, man. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. That's really, really cool. All right, so yeah, the new finite state machine for the new alpha took my recoil for this one. All right, so that's something definitely to work on. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's do that. Let's go to weapon settings. Let's go to two-fisted. Let's just see. Let's see what it's like. We take it up to 9. Oh, I wonder if it's also the feeling like the weapons aren't shaking enough. Back towards the player rather than just up. Yeah, no, that's a good idea. Yeah, because it feels like... Because the guns feel so static. And then when you're firing, it's... Yeah. I can feel that for sure. You need to do some sort of shaking. Alright, let's get into that. Well, let's work on the... no, let me close this down. Raw captures, let's go to desktop. Yeah, let's work on the gun. We'll do that with the FSM. You don't see it, but I'm looking for my files. All right, here we go. Make sure that's showing. Yep. Oh, I need a shave, man. Whew. All right. I did all the voices for the first Night Jackal game. Yeah, I am the voice of Night Jackal. It's probably fairly obvious when you factor it in. I didn't actually hire talent. What I meant to say is I didn't hire anybody talented. Okay, let's see. This is the auto rifle, which is the smallest, tiniest little FSM. So let me look at the... Let's go to... yeah, great voices. They are fun. It was fun doing all those voices. I mean, it's just so ridiculous, the things he says. I made a shirt that with one of the lines, which was, I hope your family gets AIDS. It's the dumbest line. I love it. Because I just wanted a bunch of dumb things that he's saying whenever he's killing people, because it's just such a uber violent, irreverent game. And I made a shirt of that, and somebody actually bought it. I have no idea who. You know, I don't get that information. I never got paid from it because it was through Threadless, I believe, and they, you know, you have to sell a certain amount before they pay you, and so I never got paid. But still, it was fun. Let's see. Where was I looking? I was looking for the sprites. Yeah, so here we are. Who, me? I did actually. Yes, I have. I bought that shirt too, and I have worn it out. There was a group out here, or sorry, when I was in Los Angeles, there was a group. It was a networking group, and I wore it to that one time because I knew all the guys, and that was kind of fun and silly. All right, let's see. Can we get more quips for Blood Debt? It's, you know, the tone is different. Yeah, I mean, a kill count would be fun. Yeah, it's sticking to the violence would be great. You know, I was thinking about at the end when you come to the final boss. There's like sort of a breaking down where, you know, it'd be kind of fun to see Sane talk and Night Jackal talk, and all of a sudden their voices come back, and it's a very existential sort of through the looking glass type of experience where like you're in a fucking video game. It's like, and just sort of hang a lantern on the fact that there's a sewer level, which I had no idea was something people were like, oh, another sewer level. I was like, great, I get to make a sewer level. It's a bloody game, but it's definitely also got that humorous undertone to it. Yeah, for sure. It has to. I mean, you can't take yourself too seriously with a game like this that's made with comic book characters. All right, so yeah, so up to 4. 2, 4. Let me try something. You know, before when I was using Alpha 32, I wasn't able to use the X, Y, and Z. Let me see what this looks like. I'm going to add something to this. Let's add a window. We'll do this on the fly. F it, we're going to do it live. Let's see. It's going to be my, I call it manual. And say OK. Select a window to capture. User manual. There we go. And we'll say OK. And hopefully you can see that OK. Capture method. Okay. Yeah, whatever. Hopefully you can see that. The issue is sewers are so fun to make. I think all my games have sewers except the Ninja one. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I still, whenever I'm looking up EFPSE games, that's the one I always, that one and your new one that's like where you're fighting as a gladiator. Those two I always like watch the clips whenever I can find something. Of course, there's not much on Blood Match, but the Ninja game looks so cool. I don't know. I love that. I'm such a fan of like the 1980s Ninja games. Yeah, I think that's one of my favorite ones that I've seen to come out of DOSMan Games for sure. And that's like one of your earlier ones too, right? Is it with your first one? Or one of your first one? I guess DOSMan was your first one. Have you read this manual? You should read it. Yeah. It definitely looks cool as hell. I've watched it played by multiple people that have played it online and streamed it online. It's so much fun. Let's see here. What was I looking for? Okay, yeah. I've never changed the X and Y on these, so let me look up the frame. All right. You know, I might just have to... Yeah, here it is. My dyslexia is catching up with me. So these are offset coordinates only for weapons. So I guess it's XYZ would be the proper order. So let's try that. Let's just see what happens. Let's do Y. Let's do... I'm just going to do 10 just to see what it looks like. That's a very quick one too. But that's fine. Let's see what it looks like. I think I see something. I'm not sure. It might have been too little of a movement. Let's see. It released earlier, but I started developing it more recently than DOSMan, Concrete Visions, and Reaper. Have I seen Concrete Visions? Which one's that? Is that the overhead, like the GTA 2 and 1 type of game? That one looks dope. Scarab is the new one. Yeah, Scarab is great. But I gotta tell you, I'm really partial to the Ninja. Is the mythical delisted one. Oh, I don't think I've seen that one. Did you also release Satan? Was that also a DOSMan game? I think it was Satan. There's Dead Trash, of course. That's like, that seems like to be one of your most popular ones. I always hear about Dead Trash in the... yeah, we published it, didn't develop it. Yeah, that's right. We published it. And Dead Trash is fun. It's kind of creative what they did with the developer did with the guy in the little shopping cart and the Molotov cocktails. That was kind of fun. All right, I'm just gonna go 100 because I want to see this thing really see if it shakes. I just need to see something. Oh. Okay, yeah. All right. I'm getting the idea. Never mess with these. He calls him Cartman. Yeah. It's too bad he didn't do the voice. Like the South Park voice. Respect my authority. Let's see. All right, so I'm kind of understanding how that works. Let's actually do 100 on Z. See what that does. That might be the one that kicks it back. We'll see. Nothing. Changed nothing. Well, what the heck does this do? Nothing. Okay. Well. Do 200. Yeah, I'm kind of seeing that. I might have to actually do the artwork. I was hoping that I was hoping it would be easy. All right? I was hoping that it would be this like simple numbers thing. You just type in 200 and suddenly it's like, wow, it just works perfectly. Done. No, I'm kidding. But I do think a little shake here would be nice too. And I don't think X, but I definitely think Y. And let's just see. Whoa, no, 600. I've been dealing with some crazy stuff on my throat. Select all and drag down in the anim frame, right? drag down on the anim frame. You mean like in Photoshop? That's what you're talking about? Like, if you've got some magic sauce. Oh my god. So that's what that does. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to have him doing the teabag motion. I'm going to put that in as an alt attack, though. He just kind of does the... No, but I do want to do the zoom in now that I've got the latest alpha. So you just zoom in a little bit with the rifle. The anim frame. Let's see. You know, yeah. If you just pull the asset down so it's partially obscured at the base. I think part of it is I'd have to like open it up in Photoshop and have it kind of zoom in too. I can actually do, I don't want to get too crazy with it in terms of like adding a blur because it's meant to look a little old world 1980s crappy a little bit. So maybe I'll just do the sort of zoom in thing on the sprite itself and see how that works. Yeah, that might be a good idea. Let me see where exactly in that would work the best. Yeah, it's going to have to be all those. You know, we have... Why did I take that one out? Let's see. Oh, that's why. Yeah, that doesn't look good. Oh, yeah, the final boss is going to be hopefully really cool. I've got a couple paths that I wanted to take it. I don't know. I've still kind of... I have the idea, and I knew where I was going to take it. I just was like, I don't know how to pull some of this stuff off, so I've got to be really creative. And then... but I want it to be a multi-stage like fight. I want it to really be... You're not just fighting one boss, and it's like, okay, you just shoot a lot of bullets at him. I want it to be something that kind of has multiple phases to it. And maybe multiple maps. And I do want to do epilogue. You know what I thought would be cool? Because the whole thing is when you have that dream sequence, you go back to him having a flash forward to when he's older, and he has that realization that he's an old man, and then he comes back to being young again. And I was like, it would be so cool to have the epilogue, and then you realize that he's been in the scenario protocol the whole time. He's just back in his hideout, and it's all covered in trash, and like he's just an epilogue. You're walking around, and it's just trashed with cobwebs and rusted metal and all this, and he's just living down there like a hobo. It'd be kind of funny. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do those sprites. Let me see if I can add Photoshop to OBS, and I can do that. Oops, why did I close that down? Ben Stiller than a dodgeball. Yeah. Ben Stiller. All right, let me see if I can't add this to an old copy of Photoshop. Application. Let's do window capture. Photoshop. There we go. All right. Seems to be working, right? You can see my Photoshop. Let's open up. Let's get these two. so not a PC guy anymore. I just got back into PC. I've been on Mac forever. So I'm just back on PC. I might be able to just modify these directly. Let's see. Let's just see how this looks. This may look like crap. Let's go 110. That's not bad. Let's do... Oh, actually... Nearest neighbor. Yeah, that's better. Alright, let's see how this looks. We'll do index color. So this is 2. Let's do file. Export as. So slow. Yeah, this is like an old laptop too. I got it to do VR games back in the day. So you think it would be fast. It's like an Alienware laptop PC. But I got it because it had like an HD export or output, and you could plug the HTC Vive directly into it. But let me see what this is. Number 12. All right, let's do 13 and 14. But why is that white? Wait a second. Why is that being crazy? Huh? What? What's going on? What is this? I don't have transparency? Oh, is it because... No, let's just take it back to this. All right, let's try that again. Let's try to export this out with transparency. There we go. That was very weird. All right. Yes. Oh, that looks big. Well, let's see what it looks like. If it looks bad, we'll just not do it as much. Let's see, cheap viewers on steambow.com. Remove the space. That's an ad, right? Cheap viewers. What is Steambow? I feel like that needs to be blocked. Let's see. That does not look like a legitimate comment from somebody. All right. Image mode, RGB. Okay. Did I do 1010? I think I did. Nearest neighbor, that's what I want. It's so slow, man. There we go. All right. All right, this should do it. I'm just going to see what this looks like. Spam bot. Yeah, and the crazy thing is, pin the message. I should pin it. Is this a tool? Yeah, I don't even have any tools here. Isn't that stupid? Let's see. Well, let me block this guy. There he is. Ban. Okay. They're banned. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay. So let's, should be 14 of these now. Let us do 13. And then 14. And let's just see what that looks like. It's going to need some finessing, but let's just see what it looks like. Whoa. What the? What the? What the? What is happening? What happened to it? What happened? It saved the PNG at a weird size, I think. Well, you can't see the game window? Or you just couldn't see it when Photoshop was up? Yeah, those... Yeah, it was this one. That one shouldn't be that size. I don't know what happened. That doesn't make any sense because it's not that way normally. Okay. Let's try it again. Yeah, that's a problem. Export. But I have a fix for that. It's called duplicate layer. And you move it to the other one. And you turn that off and you go file export and this should work. Yep, there it is. That was weird. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, well, we're getting some movement there. Doesn't look right, but it's something. You saw the game window that time, right? The audio is amazing, though. Here, let me check. Oh, all you see is Photoshop? Oh. Oh, no. What is going on? Okay, hold on a second. What? All right. I don't know what's going on with that. Here, I'll show you the... Thank you for telling me. No, I don't think that was EFPSE that time. I think it was OBS. I don't know exactly why. It's just acting weird. Yeah, so watch this. This is this is something else, and it's getting in the right direction. Obviously, this is just throwing it together to see what it looks like. So this is kind of hilarious. Ready for the wacky. It looks so sexual. Oh God. All right. Yeah. So that's going to need some tweaking. You still can't see it. What is going on? All right, hold on a second. You sure can't. You sure can't. What the hell? You know what? Let me... Damn. You know what? Let me get rid of these. Guys, what is going on? It is being so strange. Yeah, I know that works, but it should just... Okay. All right. So I know... All right. That is really crazy. It's not which window is focused. It is which window is open and how it's stacked in your sources. So that's something I learned today. All right. Okay, that's good to know. Hey, good to see you. Yes, go walk the dog. What kind of dog do you have? Yeah, we got to get a dog. Our dog passed away back in December of 2023, and my kid has just been like, I want a dog, I want a dog. So we got to get one. Now that we're here, and we can just walk around everywhere in the neighborhood, I got to get one. I do kind of miss the nice sidewalks in LA though. But anyway. Well, it was good seeing you, Sam, and I'm just going to continue streaming here for a little bit. Let's see. All right, and then we're just figuring things out. This is what this stream's about. Okay. All right, let's go back to 2. Let's try this. It's a step in the right direction. Ah, nice. Yeah, dogs are something else, man. We just don't deserve them. We don't deserve dogs. You know what might be better? Let's see. Let's do 13 here. God, I wish we could just do something a little bit more programmatic. Really shake the damn screen. No, that's too early. Too early. Too early. Let's try that. Just playing around, see what looks right. No, it's too late. Honestly, that is the best one, but I don't like... It's not perfect. Oh, I think it's the combination of the recoil. Hold on a second. I think I got an idea. I just want to try something. Let's make that recovery faster and see what that looks like. that kind of makes the game a little OP, or the weapon a little OP. Let's see. Recoil. But wait a second, what if we can really crank it up. Let's do 78. Oh no. There we go. Oh, is this still up? Still messing up. You know what? I'm going to turn off this webcam because I'm just sitting here. Nobody needs to see my face. You don't need to see me when I'm coding. Because I'm always going to be doing like this. And I don't know if that's going to be interesting. But people like to see faces for some reason. I don't know. So, whatever. Can't believe Ozzy died. That is crazy. Oh, you know what? Let's see what that looks like. Let's see. Auto rifle. No, let's do this. Let's do 18. Oh, we got to get this just right. Is it just because it's new it's bothering me, or is it really something isn't right? And you know what? It's this too. It's too much of this. Yeah, let's try to speed that up. But if we're going to speed that up, we're going to need to slow this down. So let's just do that. Mathematically, that doesn't work, but that's fine. I don't know why projectiles don't knock you back. I mean, but like that recoil is not going to mess up your shot. You know what I'm saying? That does look better. That looks better. The flames look a little better. It's still, something's too fast. And I think... Let's just do this. Boopity doop doop doop. Yeah, that's not better. Such a... What if we go the opposite way? Let me just do 001 here and see how that looks. We'll get there. We are going to get there for sure. Okay, what I don't understand is why I'm so confused. This FSM is just nutty. All right. Yeah, so 2 is... You know what? I'm just going to open up this to my desktop because I have a feeling... Yeah, see, that's the thing. You have to minimize. All right, let me just see. Yeah, that works. Yeah, that's way too fast. Oh, FSM. Yeah, you know what? Oh my God. Okay. I'm going to say 0 on this. And I'm going to say 0 on this. In fact, I'm going to go 1 on this. I'm going to do 5 on that. And I'm going to do 5, or no, 8. I'm going to take this up. This is going to be 11. And this is going to be -8. And then negative 10, I don't know. Let's just see. I need the recoil to be substantial. It needs to really be something. You know, the problem is too is the recoil is so instantaneous. I mean, I'm just sort of like losing my mind over here now. I mean, there's just something about it that's not right, and I just don't know what it is. Something is not right. It's like one thing. It's in the jerk back. It's not matching with the recoil. Okay. And so I'm just curious. I'm going to comment this line out. Let's see if this works. It's not going to. Nope. Then we just fly through this one. And then we'll just do 1. And then we'll see. I don't know. I'm trying. I don't know. All right. As long as you can see the screen. All right, it's better. Yeah, that's better. It was the motion. Alright, now I want to do alt attack. And, here, let me put you guys on. I'll get back over here. You guys can see the chat. I had to ban somebody. It's a stream bot. Ridiculous. Let me look something up real quick. I'll be right back. Okie dokie dokie dokie. Okie dokie dokie dokie. Yeah, I'm gonna do alt attack, I think. Let's see. Is there an example of alt attack? No. It's just the same as all the others. Okie doke. Okie dokes. Okay. Let's see. Frame. No, so it's zoom. That's right. It's been a while. I haven't tried this. Let's see. Zoom. Wait, let's just try zoom. Zoom. Zoom 20. I mean, I don't even know. I'm going to do zoom none. Let's just try this. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. Oh, wait. I have this up, don't I? Yep. So you can't see. I wish OBS was a little smarter. I wish it would. I think I have to do a PC screen. Okay, anyway. I wish when things weren't open on the screen they would not show, but that's not how it works. Very confusing to people watching the stream, I'm sure. Everybody's like, nobody's watching the stream, dude. True, true, true. True, true, true. All right. Oh, that's great. All right. That's going to be handy. Woohoo! Let's do 50. I want it to be like a weaker zoom. I don't want it to be like sniper rifle. It's pretty dope. It's pretty but I need to zoom in on that. It needs to zoom into the weapon. And you know, I think 50 might be a little too much too. We'll do it on a 40. I'm gonna try something. Let's open up this one. Oh, wait. You know what? I'm just gonna switch over. It's saved to my YouTube account. I have no idea. Do I have one that's just big ass camera? No, just big ass me. I got a few things to work on, but yeah. Let me show you my favorite thing here. I love this board because it's the newest one. Let's see if it works. Let's go. You like that? It tosses you out. It's part of like what the game is. You just came out of your hideout. All right, so I'm gonna give myself all the weapons, and usually you're up here with like. And I just haven't tried this one with this new ability to zoom in. That's pretty dope. Yeah, I gotta keep it where it like stays zoomed in. I gotta work on that. And I have an idea. Oh, this is one of those cheap shots they were talking about. So that means a pretty handy feature. You'd be like, why is this one of your favorites? Well, that's just because it dumps you out here, and then like, so here I'm gonna AI disable. So I'm gonna turn off the AI. You know what's so funny? I get so many, oh, wait. They're playing the game and I'm on the wrong one. I fucked that one up bad. Anyway, I think I'm gonna jump off the stream. Gonna try to pick this up again maybe tomorrow. I'm not quite sure, but it's very annoying, this OBS. I haven't figured it out. I get the concept now. It's like it's about stacking and layering because people like to put the graphics up. I just think of it as like I would like for it to capture my desktop as I switch between things, but not my full desktop. I don't want to do my full desktop. I don't want to do every window because I like to sneak over and check stuff. I don't need it to show my Discord unless I want to show my Discord. I don't know how to set that up. So, and I don't know if the videos that I'm recording, if they're going to be saved. I know on YouTube, I don't know what the streams are like. I know Twitch, you pretty much stream and then that's it, unless people clip it. And nobody's going to clip it. So anyway, this is just a test run. I'm working on this. I'm going to continue working on it. Probably not on stream, but maybe we'll do something more interesting as we get further along. But anyway, thanks to everybody that did or did not show up. But no, nevertheless,